the offense come in kind of a natural flow in that third quarter for you guys tonight?
Yeah, I mean we played obviously really good on offense in the third. Made a lot of shots, which was, it's kind of the story of the series. They made a lot in there for 2 wins, and we made a lot in our one tonight. So, but yeah, it was obviously an excellent offensive quarter. I thought we took a hell of a punch from them in the first half because I thought they were playing fast and hard and really well, and we hung in there and able to kind of regroup there at halftime and do a little better job second half.
How much of an emotional lift did Cam give you? Because obviously he produced while he was in there, but seemed like he fit the energy of the game when he came in. Well.
He was awesome. He certainly did a good job. I mean, obviously we're searching just a little bit there for some kind of spark off the bench, and certainly had that in our thoughts to maybe go with Cam first, and then still had Melt in the back of our minds there a couple times too, but Cam got going, so he kind of soaked up those minutes.
You wrote in your book that back when you were with the Raptors, you knew that you could sort of, if Joel didn't get off to a hot start, that there was some trouble there for him. I guess when you see a game like that tonight where he has a flagrant foul early in the game and there's some emotions there, how have you seen him sort of grow and mature into this playoff level of player and change from the guy that you saw in Toronto?
Well, yeah, he's certainly better, right? He keeps getting better all the time, but I think tonight he was aggressive, right? And I know that's like the word, he was so aggressive, but he was driving it, he was rolling downhill, he was catching and shooting quick. There was hardly, I can think of maybe one where he held it for a long time and finally shot it. He made it, but most of it was decisive. Maybe that's a better word. I thought he was decisive on his decisions on when to roll and when to shoot tonight.
When you thought the flagrant at the beginning, I mean, were you a little worried that it could have been like a flagrant 2? And like, where did it ever cross your mind at all that?
I didn't even look at it. Sorry, I didn't see it. So.
How did you think that Tyrese managed the game tonight?
Okay. Yeah, he did. I mean, obviously he sparked, pretty quiet in the first half, right? But I thought he had a good rhythm there and made some big plays and layups and threes there in a stretch to where he kind of sparked the game. Yeah.
Flagrants aside, Nick, I mean, you guys just seem to be a little bit more aggressive, assertive, especially on the defensive boards. You were talking before the game about getting in position and going after the rebounds. There was one Hartenstein sort of offensive rebound at the end that Joel won. Did you see that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I'd still say that, yes, we did go jump and get the ball, I thought, and we ran more down than we've been running down. I still feel like one of the other emphasis we had today was 50-50 balls, and just nothing drives me more nuts than we jar the ball loose and they end up with a dunk at the end of it. So, we hit the ball away and it's flying around in the lane and they flew it to somebody for a dunk about 3 times and battle as well now.
To go back to campaign for a second, I guess what did he show you during the last few days when he wasn't getting in that just made you confident to be like, okay, yes, we can
Yeah, there's not a lot to be seen in the last few days, right? This is about rest and recovery and moving pieces. What he did show me was very into it, right? Like not discouraged that he hadn't hit the floor yet, very focused on the game plan, like a pro. And he went out there and played like he was ready.
When Joel has that offensive foul and then flagrant, a few possessions apart there, is there any concern that he might be kind of like losing his cool or losing control a little bit in the first quarter there?
Nope. Thought he was playing tough.
You had a couple of baskets early from, I think it's Tobias and Kelly, who were going to the basket and initiating contact and playing through contact, which seems to be a step forward for maybe each of them to compare to what they did in the first couple of games.
Yeah, I think we, again, it's kind of like you want to get these guys involved, so we had to try to come up with some actions and things that we could try to get them involved, and they took advantage of them. Yeah.
In action a couple of times where Joel's in the far corner. Kyle comes down and says step in now. What do you like about him in that rotation towards the ball?
Yeah, it's tough to guard because you go over it, then he should have some kind of lane to the basket, and if you go under it, he's a good enough shooter to try to step back on it. Yeah. It's hard to guard. I've had to guard it a lot back in the Cleveland days when Channing Frye would step back there and hit that action. Yeah. Kevin Love. The list goes on.
How important was like using Kyle Lowry as a screener tonight? It seems like just a lot of your actions start with him either screening off ball or that little double drag on top where he gets someone off of Maxey, off of Embiid. Just how much does that help you guys in kind of setting up what you want on offense?
Yeah, well, they're very good defensively, right? And if you don't get some of that thing, they're going to be glued to you, right? So he's got to get, even if it's just a quarter of a hit or a half a hit, at least gets us a little freedom to run with some pace. So it's important.
Brunson finally started to get going for the Knicks. I guess what were you seeing with maybe how you guys defended him or what he was doing to counter what you guys were doing that led to, I think he finished with 39?
He was really good. I just think he is really good, and I don't think you're going to keep a guy that good down for a whole series. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot.